Hello folks, hope everyone's well. Thanks for joining me again. If you're new here, welcome along. If you've been before, it's good to have you back. Here today with a brand new pack, and I'm going to be completely honest and say that I haven't been this excited about something for quite a long time. I have been really looking forward to getting my hands on this. It is from Superior Wilderness Designs, or SWD. They're an American company, and they're very difficult to get hold of. Not difficult, just you have to wait a long time. I ordered this on the 21st of February this year, 2023, and it was dispatched to me on the 27th of April, and it arrived with me here in the UK on the 15th of May, which is only a few days ago, literally like 2 days ago. So yeah, there's quite a lead time for these packs because they're all hand stitched, they're all hand sewn, and well, unless you're lucky to get one of the off-the-shelf ones, they very rarely put on sale. Yeah, you're going to be waiting a while. So I should mention, as I say, this isn't a review. I can't tell you how the pack performs because I've only had it 2 days. I haven't had it out on trail yet. That is going to be happening within the next 2 weeks, and I will do a review of it after I've had it out on trail and tested it. But this is more of an overview, so you can see the features of the pack and just get an idea of what it can offer, basically. At the moment I've been using the Durston Gear Aqua 40, and I like the pack, it's really good, I get on with it, but I need something with a bit more space for longer trips, and I wanted something with a little bit more options for attaching things to the exterior of the pack. And basically I narrowed my list down to about 5 packs from different manufacturers. I just want to say something to start with about customer service from these companies. A pack like this is quite an investment. It's quite a big chunk of money. I paid for this with my own money. It's not been sent to me free of charge or anything like that. SWD don't even know I'm doing this review, or overview as I call it. So when you're parting with a chunk of money like that, you want to know that the company actually is bothered about you as a customer and wants you as a customer. Now, I had some very specific questions on sizing, customization and colours to all 5 of the companies, and I emailed these questions off, and 4 out of the 5 companies responded. 2 out of those responded within a matter of 1 or 2 hours, and I believe it was a Sunday as well. ULA in Utah were just absolutely fantastic, and I've got to admit it was between this and a ULA pack, and I was borderline for quite a while. I couldn't decide. So the ULA customer service was fantastic. The SWD service was also brilliant. Personal replies from, I believe, the owners of both companies. Gossamer Gear were very good to me. They answered my questions, and Z-Packs answered my questions as well. One company did not respond to me at all, so straight away they got cut from the list because I'm like that. That made me think they don't want my money. They're not bothered about me as a customer, so they didn't get me as a customer, basically. There is a ton of optional extras you can get from SWD. I have gone a little bit crazy with them, I'll be honest with you. But I thought if I'm ordering the pack, I might as well get the extras that I might want at the same time and get it all done, especially shipping from the USA to the UK. It kind of made sense. So there's 2 add-ons that you can't take off the pack. They're sewn into the pack. One of them is what they call a Milo pocket, which is an extra pocket inside this front stretchy one. And then the other one is a zip pocket here on the roll top. I'll go through all these later on, but they're the 2 add-ons that you can't take off, you can't strip off the pack. All the other add-ons you can strip off. So I got a pair of bottom straps, I got a top Y strap, I got side compression straps for the roll top so you can cinch that down on the sides. I got a Lycra shoulder pouch and a Ultra 200 water bottle pouch for the shoulder strap. This pack does not come with hip belt pockets as standard, and I have to admit I didn't really like the look of the hip belt pockets offered by SWD. They're just, I don't think they would meet my needs. So what I've done is I've bought myself a light AF fanny pack, which, saying fanny pack just isn't right. But yeah, I've got a light AF fanny pack, and I'm gonna kind of modify that so it's got two clips on the belt, so I can just clip it onto the webbing straps on here, on the hip belt on this pack, so it can be a completely detachable pocket on the front. When the pack arrived to me in the box, it came with all of the added extras attached to it. So the pouches were attached to the shoulder straps, all the straps were attached to the pack. I wasn't expecting that. I thought that was a really good touch. They could have just dumped them in the box and said, you sort it out, but no, they were all attached. Really, really nice touch, I thought. So yeah, I will just say again about the customer service. I believe it was Brandon from SWD who answered my emails. I think, I don't want to say for certain, I think he might be the owner, proprietor. So that again is a really nice touch that he was personally answering emails. That is pretty much everything from the intro point of view. What I've done is I've kind of divided things into 3 sections for the video. So I've got materials, the specs of the pack, so the size and the weight, etc., and then the features of the pack. So if you want to, you can skip to whichever section you are most interested in. So yeah, let's crack on and see what this pack has got to offer. Okay, so let's go into the specs, dive into the sizes and weights. This is the Ultralight Long Haul 50 litre. The 50 litre refers to the interior volume of the pack. That's not taken into account the side pockets and the stretchy front pocket. This is something I wish would be standardised across the pack industry, because it can be really confusing when you're looking for a new pack and you see this is a 40 litre pack, but that manufacturer is saying that that's a maximum 40 litres. You've got 30 litres interior and 10 exterior. You could look at a similar pack from another manufacturer. They're saying this is 45 litres, but that 45 litres is all interior. They've not even taken into account the exterior. It's difficult sometimes, and you've just got to read as much as you can on that manufacturer's website and try and figure out what is included. So this is quoted as being a 50 litre internal capacity. I don't know what the external capacity is. I couldn't find the figures anywhere. So yeah, 50 litre max internal. When it's rolled down, as it pretty much is now, to the top of the stairs there, it comes down to a 35 litre internal capacity, which gives you really good scope for altering your load. There's a lot of compression options on it as well, so if you've got a smaller load, you can really compress it down. If you need more space, you have got it there, which is one of the reasons why I didn't go for the 40 litre pack. There wasn't a great deal of weight difference between the 40 and the 50, and I thought I'd rather have the extra space there if I needed it. When the pack is fully rolled down like this to the top of the stairs there, the actual height of the pack is 24 inches or 61 centimeters. When it's fully extended, and this is without rolling it down to close it either, this is just fully extended, fully open, it's 33.5 inches or 86 centimeters. This hip belt, which is a massive change to the Durston Gear hip belt that I'm used to, and I'm not saying the Durston Gear one is rubbish, because it isn't, but look at the size of this thing. It's so thick and chunky. They use 1/2 inch Everzote foam, and this hip belt is 4.5 inches tall or 11.5 centimeters. And it has 2 straps on there with a 1 V-strap pull. The shoulder straps again are nice and thick all the way down as well. They're really, really padded. There's some serious padding on there. They start at 3 inches wide at the top, which is about 8 centimetres, and they do taper down slightly. Obviously you can see they're thinner at the bottom there, and they are the S-shaped shoulder straps as well. The manufacturer on their website says that the maximum rated carry load is 50 pounds, which is 22.7 kilograms. They are saying that is an absolute maximum. They're saying the optimal weight is going to be 35 to 40 pounds, which is 15.4 kilos to 18.1 kilos. They also say if you're carrying 30 pounds or less, which is just over 13.5 kilograms, if you're carrying that sort of amount in it, you're not going to know it's there. They're that confident on the comfort of their packs and the load carrying capability. They're saying that you're gonna feel like you're just breezing down the trail. So I am really, really looking forward to testing this. The pack, as you see it, with the roll top pocket added as an extra and the Milo pocket added as an extra, with the straps that come on it from the factory without added extra straps. So 2 side compression straps here and your top single compression closure strap. That weighs 959 grams or 33.8 ounces, which I believe is about 2.11 pounds. The pack, when I got it with all the add-ons attached to it, that was 1,076 grams, so just under 1.1 kilograms, which is slightly under 38 ounces, again, which is 2.37 pounds. If you want to dive into all the weights and you want to know what is what, there are loads of breakdowns on the SWD website. You can see exactly how much the aluminium stays weigh if you want to take them out. If you want to go frameless, you can see how much each strap weighs. They even give average weights of the different packs with the different materials that you can opt for. So if you're interested and you're thinking this might be for me, really do go and have a look on that website, because there is a ton of info on there. It can be a little bit daunting to start with. I got a little bit like, whoa, there's too much information, but just work through it and it will help you make a decision. So that's pretty much all I've got for the specs. Let us move on to materials. So I've had to sit back on my log again because my knee was killing me. Sorry. So we're gone to materials now. The materials depend on the model you choose, and then you can even spec different materials yourself depending on the model. So to try and clear that up a little bit, you've got the basic long haul, just the long haul, which is made from EPLX 200, and there's a few colour choices in there. Then you've got this, which is the Ultralight Long Haul. So this is made from Ultra 100 or 200 with parts of it Ultra 400. I'll dive into this in a bit. And then you've got the Rugged Long Haul, which is made from Ultra 400. Now basically the higher the number, the tougher the fabric is. That's pretty much what you need to take from that. So this Ultralight Long Haul here, the body and the side panels, quite self-explanatory. They are where you can choose if you want Ultra 100, which comes in like a storm grey colour, I believe, or this black Ultra 200. Now, I was going to go for the Ultra 100 myself, and I saw some pictures of the different packs on the website, and I just, this sounds awful, but I just didn't like the way that they looked in like a mixture of black and grey and then these different accents. And I saw a picture of one like this that was just Ultra 200 black with the red accents, and I just fell in love with it. I thought it looked, for want of a better word, sick, as the kids would say these days. I thought it looked sick. Straight away I was just like, that's what I want. The other benefit obviously is EPL, the Ultra 200 that this is more durable. I'd seriously, looking at this and feeling it, this is going to take some serious amounts of punishment. So yeah, just to recap then, the body and the side panels, choose whether you want Ultra 100 or 200. The bottom panel, where obviously you're getting a lot of wear when you're putting your pack down like it is now and you're dragging it around, that is Ultra 400, so that's got some serious abrasion resistance. The side pockets, again, where you could be scraping against things, bushes and trees and rocks and whatnot, they are also Ultra 400. The front pocket here and this back panel here that's kind of floating in the middle, they are made from venom mesh, which is stretchy but very strong. The top, there's an accent on the top of the roll top, and the accents on the tops of the pockets there. Again, you can choose from a small amount of colours. They're in EPX 200 fabric, so they're not Ultra, they're EPX. And you can choose from, I think it's maybe 5 or 6 different colours, I'm not sure. I think Ultra was an option, but it just came in black, so that is that. The shoulder straps and the hip belt wings are made from 1/2 inch thick Evazert foam, so again that's tough and comfy, which is nice. And then they're covered with 420D Robic nylon, just for some abrasion resistance and protection basically. You've also got in here, in this section on the back of the pad, you've got a 1/2 inch thick foam pad in there, which you can take out and use as a sit pad. You can take it out completely if you don't want it in there. You might not want it. I haven't decided yet. I will test what it's like with the pad and what it's like without and see which one I prefer. Excuse me again. And then obviously we mentioned the 2 aluminium stays already. 7075 aluminium, very strong, and obviously pre-bent to your pre-bent to a back shape, just to try and add a bit of comfort in there. So that is the materials. I think pretty much everything is covered. The buckles that you may be able to make out here, the little gatekeeper buckles, they are plastic with the metal gate on them. I did think at one point I'd seen that you could get metal hardware for it, but I've either been imagining things or they've not got that on the website anymore. But I don't think, I mean, all the packs I've had plastic hardware, and I can't think of anything that's failed through all the years of use I've had out of them. So I'm not bothered about that. Some people might be, but yeah, the buckles are plastic and the hardware is plastic. So that is the materials done and dusted. So let us move on to the features of the pack. The hip belt on the back here, on the front, whatever you want to call it, the hip belt on this one is sewn in. So it's actually obviously directly attached to the pack. One of the options you can do if you want an interchangeable hip belt, if you want to be able to take that hip belt off, you can have that. That is an option you can select when you're ordering. There is an internal frame in this pack, which is actually, if you can just make it out, there's a channel there that goes all the way up underneath this back pad. And then there's another channel at the other side that goes all the way up, and they have Velcro down there at the bottom, and just inside there is a aluminium stay which is made from 7075 aluminium, and it's strong. I'm going to tell you now, it's really strong. It's not circular either, it's flat, so it's also pre-bent, so it's kind of contoured. It reminds me again of the Osprey Exos that I had. The back on that was contoured. So yeah, 2 contoured aluminium stays that are very strong. So it's going to have good, well, I'm hoping it's going to have good load transfer. All right, so we mentioned the aluminium stays a couple of times already. As you can see, hopefully from the side here, they are contoured, so they kind of come in a little bit there and then come out again a little bit towards the top. That should hopefully aid with the comfort. I did like my Osprey Exos pack and the way that felt on the back. So it'll be interesting to see how that compares to something like the Kakwa that I'm used to using, which is just a straight flat back. The hip belt, again, comparing it with something that I've been used to using recently, the Kakwa, this hip belt is beefy. It's really beefy. As I said, it's about 4.5 inches tall. It's 1/2 inch thick, and it does wrap around really well. Now after this, I'll just shoot a bit of video with me wearing the pack so you can see how it is and how it fits. But yeah, that is really well padded. I mean, that's easily the most padded of anything I've ever used. So fingers crossed it also is padded in the center there, the piece that's attached. And it does have some webbing attachments on here, so if you want to, you can attach your hip belt pockets on there, or like I'm going to do, I'm going to modify my fanny pack sorry, and attach it to them as well. It comes from the factory with a single strap over the top to tie down your roll top closure. Now the interesting thing is that it's got 3 tabs where you can put this. So I'll try and show you on here. So at the moment, obviously, I've got it on this, as it comes from the factory, this central tab, which is just attached to the pack there. But there is also a tab there, and there is also a tab there. And the same around the front. It's attached to the central tab there, but there's also a tab there, and there's a tab there. And you can attach that to any of them. That also goes for the Y strap that I got. That'll fix onto these tabs. That is one thing that is very evident already with this pack and the added extras. It is so well thought out. Everything is modular. Everything, almost everything. If you don't want it, you can strip it off. All these straps, they can all go. I mean, I'm probably going to take these side compression straps off because I don't think I'll have any use for them. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding an external pocket, an external pouch onto these tabs at the top on each side. And I'm probably going to be using that for something like my water filter and my knock vector. And the other side, I'll probably use it for something like some of the bits that I used to keep in my hip belt pockets, but I don't need kind of all the time during the day, but that's by the by. So yeah, the roll top closure, as you can see, it's rather large. It's got a big extension collar on there. There are stiffeners in there, which at the moment are just poking out a little bit. Naughty little thing, poking out. And again, you've got a plastic clip on there. There you can see, which I really like this when I saw it on the website. It's got a water resistant zipper on there. There's even a little key hanger in there. It's not a huge pocket. I mean, it's like that tall, and from that finger there to there, so it's that wide. But that is going to be perfect for me for things like. I'm not going to tell you I'm going to keep my money in there when I'm travelling because you might be after it. But you can keep just anything in there you want, obviously. And it is a really, really handy spot because obviously when you've got your pack rolled down like that, it's there. It's right in front of you. So I really, really like that. That's a really cool thing, and I think that's going to get a lot of use. We've said about the single top strap. that is going to get changed for me. I'm taking that off and I'm going to put the Y strap on. I prefer the Y strap. It just gives you more options for strapping stuff to the top of your pack. I usually have 1 or 2 layers of clothing strapped to the top. I have had my tent strapped to the top. This time I want to experiment and I want to strap my tent to the bottom of the pack, which is why I got the straps for that. That's also going to give me more room inside the pack as well. The Venom mesh panel, this front pocket, it actually tapers, if you can see. So it starts off rather wide and it kind of comes in as it goes down, but it is deep. It's a lot deeper than the Kakwa pocket on the front. I'm only comparing it to the Kakwa because that's the only pack I've got at the moment and that's what I've been using. So that's why I keep mentioning the Kakwa. I'm not saying this is better than the Kakwa. I'm just trying to compare it to get an idea, basically. So yeah, it's a lot deeper than the Kakwa. And again, the Venom mesh, it is stretchy, but it's nowhere near as stretchy as the material on the Osprey that I had. That stuff just seemed to stretch forever. You could bung whatever you wanted in that front pocket. And then obviously, if you can see inside and try and hold it up for you. So that is the added extra, the little pocket in there. It's really difficult to show you, but that there, it's a Milo pocket they call it, and it's just a half pocket, so it only goes down to about here. But it's just a little bit of extra organisational storage, basically. So you can bung your waterproofs right down in there. If you want, you can put your poo kit, let's call it a poo kit because we don't want to say the other word, do we? You could put that in there, whatever you fancy, basically. And I thought, again, that was another cool idea, because how many times, and you've all done it, I know you have, you just keep stuffing things in this front pocket and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna have to find that now. And you spend ages going through your front pocket trying to find it. That should help. Cool little thing. Another, like I say, another cool little add-on from SWD. This is something, it's the only thing on the pack that I'm not quite sure about. And obviously using the pack, I'm going to form an opinion on it. But it's this Venom mesh, like, I don't know even know what to call it, like a pouch almost. It's odd. It's fixed down both sides down here, and it's got this 1/2 inch thick pad in it. Now, I think 1/2 inch might be a bit overkill. I don't know, but it's there. I'll be trying it out. It might be the best thing since sliced bread. It might be brilliant. I'm not sure. But yeah, that is something I'm not used to. Obviously, with the Kakwa, it's just straight down. You've just got the pack's material straight onto your back. With the Osprey I had, there was a suspension system there, so you had some airflow between your back and the pack. So, not sure. Don't know on that. Jury's out on that one. I'll let you know what I think to it later on. Interior. I had stuff inside the pack, padding it out to make it look nice. So the interior is just one massive compartment. If you can see it, I hope you can. If you can't, I do apologise. There is nowhere for a water bladder. There's no hanger, there's no water bladder port, nothing. It's just one big compartment. And obviously, because the stays are contoured, the inside of the pack is slightly contoured. That was one thing I hated about my Exos. Right in the bottom of the pack in the corners, you had all this wasted space. It was a really awkward shape inside, and unless you actually got something like a towel or a piece of clothing and like rammed it right down in there and stuffed it into the corner, it was just wasted space. This looks to be a lot better in that regard. It's not quite as unusable, if you follow me. So yeah, just one big internal compartment. The side pockets, now they're big. That's my first observation. They are big. One, they are cut really high. at this side of the pack. So if you can see, try and hold it up, it does come down quite a way. Now I've got, again, something in there padding it out. You can see it's massive in there. There's a ton of space inside that thing. There is also, I should point out, there's these two little tabs in there. I'm not sure what the second one is for, but one of those is definitely for attaching your side compression straps, if you want to add them on as an extra. There's attachments all over this thing. And as I said before, the pockets, are Ultra 400, so they're really heavy duty. And if you hold it up to the light, you can see a few little holes in the stitching. So if water does get in there when it's raining, I'm pretty sure, not 100% sure because I haven't tested it yet, but pretty sure it's going to drain out quite well. So yeah, that's the side pockets. There's two, obviously, one on each side. They're both the same, and they both have quite a good elasticated top to them. There's no pull cords or anything like that. It's just quite a strong elastic top on there to stop stuff coming out, or help stop stuff coming out. You've got your standard haul loop on top, which I don't think I've ever seen a pack without a haul loop. But it's there because we all use them, and we all use them a lot more than we think we do. There are also load lifters, which are very important, especially on a pack that is able to carry this much weight. So again, they're at the top of the stairs there, right at the top of the stairs, and you can easily get to those when you've got the pack on your shoulders. I've tried it already, and it's very simple to do. The sternum strap is attached already on your webbing, on your shoulder straps. That is removable. Unlike some, it's not got a whistle attached to it. I don't think that's the end of the world. It's a small clip as well, but I don't think any smaller than ones I'm used to be honest. So yeah, that's there. Again, if you want to take that off, you can. It's removable. You don't have to have it there. I prefer to have it on. Usually attach my microphone to it, to be honest, when I'm hiking. The side compression straps, these ones here come with the pack. So as you can maybe see, they're little gatekeeper ones. One gatekeeper clip at each side, and then you can tighten it up or untighten it however much you want, basically. As I said before, I'm probably going to take them off. I don't think I'll get a great deal of use out of them. The shoulder straps, a lot of manufacturers are giving you a choice, or some manufacturers are giving you a choice between an S-shaped shoulder strap and a J-shape. I still don't know which is the best one for me. These are S-shape, and that, I believe, is the only option that you can select. Well, it's not even an option, that's what you get. You get S-shaped straps. So that's going to be interesting to see how well they work and if they're comfy. Again, they're very thick, they're 1/2 inch Everzote foam, well padded, and they're very wide as well. That's possibly something, if any of you out there use like a camera clip, like from Peak Design, the capture clip, I am not sure that's going to fit on there because that's a chunky strap, so something to bear in mind. Again, as well, there are attachment points on here, so you can attach shoulder strap pockets and pouches to your heart's content. The Velcro channels we mentioned, they're maybe a bit unusually accessed from the outside of the pack. They're strong as well, but you can maybe just make out the little end of the aluminium stay poking out there. But I am confident that that's not going to pop out or fail at any point. On each side of the pack, you've got these 4 attachment tabs for you to play with as your heart's content. You can put any more straps on there. You can attach pouches to them, you can have stuff hanging off them, carabiners, holding stuff, whatever you want. There is also an option on there if you want cord running through them. You can do on the website when you order it. You can have that option. I just left them. They're on there. Again, all the straps on this are pretty much interchangeable, and it's nice to have that option, basically. Again, I mentioned before that I'd got the bottom straps ordered as an added extra. So just on the bottom here, you've got the little tabs, 2 at the front and then 2 at the back there. So that's where you pop them. And like I say, I'm going to experiment with carrying my tent on the bottom of the pack there in an Ultra 200, or sorry, I beg your pardon, an Ultra 100 dry bag that I bought. The attachment points for the roll top side compression are hidden, like I said, inside the side pockets there, and then they obviously pop up and attach onto the top of the pack there. The bottom pad straps, they're the same as the side compression straps, so if you weren't sure, if you didn't think you were going to use both of them, you could just buy one pair, and if you wanted to use them as bottom pad straps, you could do. Or another trip, if you didn't need that and you wanted side compression, you can just whip them off and put them on the side compression. So that, again, that's a really cool thing. One thing to note for you people that hike in bear country, you crazy kids, the only bear canister I've got left over from the PCT is a BV 500. It does not fit. A BV 500 does not fit horizontally in this pack. It's close, it's very close, but it doesn't go in. It does go in vertically, no problem whatsoever, and there is a good amount of space left over. I would imagine, I can't say for certain, but I would imagine that a smaller bear canister, something like is it the 450 and the Weekender, not sure, they'll go in. Don't take my word on that. Check it out for yourselves. But like I said, the BV 500, it was close to it going in horizontally, really close. It teased me for a little while. I thought it was going in, but it didn't. So yeah, that is most of the things that I can think of for now. So I'll shut up and I'll put the pack on and just show you what it looks like when it's on a human. Alright, so there we go, the pack is on and you can see what it looks like on a 6 foot tall human. As I say, I got the large torso size, which was supposed to fit a 20 to 22 inch torso. Your tensioning for the hip belt, it is just one single pull on these cords, and that tensions you there. It does tighten up really nicely, actually. I've got it tight already, and that really does hug your hips, and it's not pain. I know I've got no weight in the pack hardly at all, but that is really hugging my hips, and that feels really tight and really comfy. When you've got hip belt pockets on, and I don't know about you guys, but I tend to stuff quite a bit of stuff in my hip belt pockets, and they can sometimes feel a bit uncomfortable on your hips, and they can be awkward to get to. Like, I use my what I'm filming with now, my Pocket 2, for filming on trail, and I'm always in and out of my zip pocket on my hip belt with the camera, which is one of the reasons, excuse me, why I want to get the fanny pack. Oh wait, I've got the fanny pack, 2 seconds. As if by magic, it's got a mesh pocket on the front, a stretch mesh pocket, and the DJI Pocket 2 fits in there perfectly. Also fits inside perfectly well, as does a lot of other stuff. So basically, I'm going to make it so that attaches on there, and with clips like this, you can just detach it. I did try this with the pack, and if you put this on first, it's kind of awkward to do up your pack hip belt, if you put this on second, you've got to thread the strap around behind your backpack, and it sits kind of on your belly there. It's not right at all. So that is going to be the perfect option, getting that to attach onto the front there. Enough about that, that's not the video. So yeah, that is that. Can you get, I know what you're going to ask me, I know what you're going to ask, can you get water bottles out of the pocket? Well, I don't know, because I haven't got a water bottle. I've only got a 2 litre Schweppes lemonade bottle. That was all I had, don't laugh. But yes, you can. That goes in there perfectly well. It's brilliant. It's so easy. The pockets are so big, I could probably get 2 2-litre water bottles in there if I wanted to. But yes is the answer to your question. You can. And because the pocket is cut so high up here, comes up so high on this side, when you're throwing the bottle back in, you literally can just throw it back in, and you know it's not going to bounce out or fall out or flop out. As is when you're walking as well, when you're actually hiking, if you do hike. The elastic is gripping it quite tightly, quite nicely. Not so tight that you can't get your hand in, because you can get your hand in really easy, pop it out. Very, very simple. And obviously you can do that at both sides. I'm left-handed, so I naturally go that side, basically. That's why I wear my water bottle on this side when I'm hiking. I don't use my right hand. So yeah, like I say, at the moment it feels very comfy. And I've got to say as well, the foam panel that I was belittling earlier on, it actually feels quite comfy. It actually feels quite nice. So yeah, basically I am super excited, which is a phrase I hate using and I don't normally use, but I am genuinely super excited to test this out. I'm off work next week actually, so I'll be going somewhere and doing something with it, definitely. So if you want to know how it works out, if you want to know if there's anything wrong with it, or anything I don't like with it, you want to see the review that I do, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can see when the video's out, and then you'll know all the answers to all your questions. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've not been too bored. I hope you've enjoyed this fantastic view. Check it out. North Yorkshire at its finest. I was actually camped up here, by the way, on Saturday night, and I intended to do a video then, but I brought everything apart from a micro SD card. So that didn't work out too well, but still I enjoyed the view, and I had a good night's camp as well. So right, that is all from me. You go off and do what you got to do. Thanks a lot guys, and take care.